the first article, how do we learn to truly think? And could you tell me how we learn to think?
Interesting problem. If you know yourself that any skill requires effort, let's say you want to build your chest muscles, you must go to the gym every day. Thinking is the same. The only way we can learn to think is through practice. We must have a problem, analyze the problem, belong to a group of people that discuss the problem, build that thinking muscle, so to speak. Intelligence is a created phenomenon, I believe. Right?
So why is learning to think very important?
I think we live in a very complex world today, and if we don't think, we're subjected to so much data that we begin to drown. And if you look at the political events that are going on in the world, obviously there are many people that are not thoughtful when it comes to major decisions of their lives. Important.
And what happens if we don't think?
If we don't think, we become an automaton. We become a wage slave, essentially. We go with the flow, and the flow might not necessarily be going in the right direction. Look at history during the Second World War. You had mass groups of people that were intelligent, that followed along an insane path right to the very end. Right to the very end. No thoughtfulness.
In your article, you say in education, we have to assist the weak students. Why?
Interesting problem as well. If you have a class of people, let's say you have 50 people, and you have people that are quite good, people that are not so good, usually there's a standard, it's like a lake in a sense. The middle will rise. So if you improve the bottom, the top actually improves as well, because the standard overall increases.
What happens if the world were to be more thoughtful?
First and foremostly, if the world were to be more thoughtful, we would realize that we are intrinsically four things. I'm naturally happy, I'm naturally peaceful, I am naturally in a state of love, and I'm naturally seeking. We would be at peace. I believe we are naturally peaceful beings. Change the world. Gandhi would happen.
And the reason you want people to learn to think is that you can make the world a better place. You can make people become more thoughtful.
I believe that we're part of the so-called common good. There's not just me. There's me in a lake of 7.4 billion people. And if each of us were to think, we would realize that we're part of a common good. And we can actually improve the planet as opposed to facing it as an individual. I could face it as a group. That's why.
And so learning to think is also a learning process, and it's a lifelong process, right?
Well, I think when you finish your 4 or 6 years of university, God willing, you've been trained to think critically. Then you realize now you can gain some knowledge. I mean, it's not just an accident that Socrates said at his trial, that essentially, to paraphrase, I know that I know nothing. I mean, you realize this relatively quickly when you're subjected to the immense amount of knowledge in the world today.